Not bad, but not quite what I was expecting. But you know what? Let's just jump into the review of this new film right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today we're going to be reviewing the film The Tomorrow War, which is going to be releasing July 2nd on Amazon Prime Video. Now, I know a lot of people had their eyes set on this when the trailer came out. I saw a lot of buzz on the internet with people really anticipating this, and then it has a lot of really notable stars attached to it. So there's a lot of expectations for this film's success, and I did not mind this film. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. The reason why I didn't love it, because overall I don't think it was a great movie, but the reason why I didn't hate it is because this really feels it feels really similar to other movies I watched that I really enjoy. And when I say enjoy, also other films that I don't think are great movies, but very entertaining. And like the one that really jumps out at me is like anything Transformers. Like if this had a lot more explosions, I would have thought Michael Bay did this, because it really does feel like Transformers as far as how the plot is built, the underlying themes and whatnot. So I'm not mad at it. That's where I would go with this. But yeah, it's directed by Chris McKay, who has done films like a Lego Movie, and then it stars Chris Pratt. So like the two of them have history, and regardless of the serious tone in this film, you definitely can expect for there to be comedy seeping through every opportunity that it can. And then it stars people like J.K. Simmons. It has somebody who's just been really unstoppable in the last few months, and that's Sam Richardson, who, no matter however you look at this, he's the star of this film. Every scene that he gets a chance to shine, he does so. He makes the best of his opportunity any and every scene that he gets. Edwin Hodge, who also brings a really interesting dynamic to this. Keith Powers. There's a lot of people. The deeper and deeper you go into the casting list, there's so many notable names that's actually been really thriving in 2021, but overall are just phenomenal actors and actresses. So, but yeah, with the combination of Chris McKay and Chris Pratt, they work really good together with the success of the Lego movies, of the Batman one in particular, and the fact that now Chris Pratt is stepping into what appears to be a serious role. Again, you can expect for them to be able to seep some comedy in every second that they can. So Chris Pratt, he plays this character Dan Forrester, who is ex-military, and now he's taking the job to be a teacher, but there's a war happening in the future, and to prevent the war from happening in the future, to ultimately winning that war in the future that they're losing, people pretty much teleport back into the present day, and they need to enlist civilians in order to fight the war, because all of the military personnel all over the world is quickly dying. So this brings Dan into this unique situation of being ex-military, not really happy with his job, but ability to make change. So he goes to the future to try to stop the war and ultimately save mankind and family, because family is used a lot in this, like Fast and the Furious. So pretty simple premise. It's an easy watch. Let's talk about like some of the filmmaking elements here. I thought the score was phenomenal. I thought the effects were definitely impressive. There was a lot of scenes that, again, very predictable as far as how the transitions was going, and how some of the angles was shot. But overall, I thought the visuals were really good. I think this will be a fantastic film to see in theaters, to be honest. And whether you have a nice setup at home, which I do, I still think this would be phenomenal in theaters, because I thought the sound was really well, and to be able to see this in a Dolby theater, I think would be super impressive. But yeah, the visuals were good, the score was good, so everything with the audio and the visual I thought was fantastic. Even the special effects, I didn't think they were really like overbearing, to the point that you couldn't digest it easy enough, considering that you have this war, and we all can assume that they're fighting monsters. I don't know if they showed it in the trailer or not. It took a while for them to reveal it. in the film. I think it got to almost about the 30 to 40 minute mark until we actually knew who they were actually fighting. But we all assumed that this was going to be some type of alien threat and whatnot. But once they did reveal them, I thought that they looked pretty solid. Not like it's nothing we haven't seen before. I forget what movie I've seen this design sort of similar to. But you know, Cloverfield, all those things like that, it all follows the same suit. So yeah, audio visual I thought was really well. Performances, I mean, again, I went into this film thinking that this was going to be a little bit of a change of pace for Chris Pratt, more of a serious tone, considering the things that he was going through before the war, considering the nature of the war, considering what he's fighting for, family, and all that. But he still is him. I mean, his personality and charisma just seeps through whenever he gets a chance, alongside of Sam Richardson. I just thought was fantastic. Edwin Hodge is he's ice cold, and he's straightforward. He's very militant. J.K. Simmons is fantastic. I mean, he's easily my favorite part of the movie. Now, Sam Richardson is easily like the best person, the best character, and everything in regards to the film. But when like J.K. comes in, he just brings like another level of star power, and his character doesn't really enter into like the third phase of this movie, and that's when the film I think just becomes super solid, because like it's done in like chapters. Like there's the beginning part, there's actually when they actually go to the future to fight the war, and then it's when they return, and like the film almost felt like it could have ended, you know, at the second part once they came back, but then it had to fight the fight on home turf. And that's when J.K. Simmons' character becomes more relevant, and he's fantastic, like for real. But overall, again, I thought the plot was predictable, or at least like the trajectory of where the story was going was very predictable, or at least you knew it was coming. They didn't reinvent the wheel here. So as far as watching, it was easy to digest, very entertaining. Again, this is why I say it's not like a excellent movie, but it's very enjoyable. So I had a good time watching it. It's a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I definitely believe it could have been trimmed down, but again, I think for the sake of this film being if it was in theaters, I thought it would have did really well. But you get it at home, I think it's a little bit longer than what most movies at home has been. You know, most movies now on home releases or streaming, they try to trend towards hour 30 minutes, hour 40 minutes. We're used to those longer movies being in the theaters, you know, to make it worth your bang for your buck. So it's a little bit longer than I expected, but again, I was entertained. I laughed more than I thought I would, and overall, it was just a good time. So, but yeah, again, this is a movie that I liked. I didn't love. I thought it could have been a light years better. At least that's what I thought my expectations were going to be. But I'm not mad at it. I thought this was definitely something that I would watch again just for an entertaining factor, or just to throw in the background and pick up on different parts of the movies as I'm like distracted by something else or whatnot. And I'll be cool with that. But yeah, you know, Chris Pratt did a good job as your lead here. You know, he was very comfortable in this role, and I think with him and Chris McKay, with that chemistry that they had in the past, I thought it just makes sense, and they really work well together. So, but yeah, this is The Tomorrow War, folks. Check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this film. And as always, folks, stay tuned because we got more reviews coming very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.